Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like or dislike.
Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Oh Look It's a Squirrel. Now, today, bit of what I think is one of the most ridiculous things I've heard in the last, I don't know. It's everything everybody's thought about that would never happen. I've heard governments from all different countries saying, "Oh, we'd never do that. We'd never do that." Well, you've probably heard, and if you haven't, Austria has put legislation through to make JABS mandatory for everybody, not just health workers, everybody. Just let that sink in. Everyone. So, no choice, no freedom of choice in Austria if this goes through. Early next year is when they say it's going to happen. Now, I have a feeling there will be backlash. As soon as that spreads across that country, people are going to be freaking out. And I think the message in this video today is, what would you, in fact it's not a message, it's a question really. What would you do if you are unvaccinated and your government told you you have to have it or you go to jail? What are you going to do? And how are you going to combat that? Like, I'm astonished. Can't even laugh about this one. This one is like mind-blowing. A government has taken the right of choice away from their people. Now, what do you think about that? Do you think this thing that's going on around the world at the moment, that no one can say anything on YouTube because they've taken videos down, do you think it's a good idea to force vaccinate everybody? Even though the WHO came out and said the vaccine is not going to stop the pandemic. Restrictions are going to have to be here for the longest road. I'm astonished. I'm absolutely astonished. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know if the country you live in, if the government said, right, it's got to be mandatory vaccinations for everybody from like January 1st. What are you going to do? Because I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue what I'm going to do. What are you going to do? Hide? I don't know. I'm like, I didn't think it would come to this. I have thought about it, but I didn't think we'd actually hear a country say mandatory vaccinations for everyone. Might as well just go and live in a field and eat hay. You know? Once a year they come round, stick it in you, throw you back out in the field, and then not give a shit about you until the vaccine comes up again and they can make a bit more money. If it stopped you spreading it, and if it stopped you catching it, great idea. I think majority of people, if it had 100% success rate, I think the majority of people, even sort of anti-vaccine kind of people, if it was literally like gonna stop it and we saw it start to go like this, I think people would be, you know what, if the death rate was 15%, not just like less than 1%, I think people would take it more seriously. But it's not the, like, do some comparisons with regular flu. Like, look at the good years and the bad years of regular flu. Look at the numbers. And then look at the numbers of what's going on with this thing that's going around at the moment. Because I think it's a very important time we're living in right now. But yeah, I'm interested to know what you think, what you're going to do if your country says you have to have it. Resistance is more expensive and more costly than compliance. If you comply, you have your freedom. Not really. You're still going to have all these restrictions. And the more compliance you give, the more you cede to people who are just going to take the piss. And that line's been crossed just with this bit of news. So let me know what you think. I value, especially with how seriously ridiculous the world is at the moment, I value everybody's opinion. Don't care what it is. Yeah, if you think that it should be, tell me. I'd like to know. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I'm certainly not a person who is just going to roll up my sleeve if they force you to take it. I find that's like out of some fucking horrible film. So yeah, let me know. Give us a like, give us a sub if you fancy it, and take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and we shall see you on the next one. Ta-ta.
Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like or dislike.